Well, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Munners Ballpark here on a beautiful Championship Thursday. It is the 2021 National Secondary School Championships. I'm Jason Goobies, aka Chopper. Joining me in the booth is Damien Collins. Damien, we've just seen a great grand final for the girls, but the boys coming up now. Mount Albert Grammar taking on Rosehill.
Yeah, we absolutely did, didn't we? 6-4. Hamilton girls running out the winners of the 2021 Girls Division 1. They will be champions. They'll go home happy, but we are down to the boys now. Division 1 final between Mount Albert Grammar and Rosehill. It's going to be an absolutely stellar game here. MAGS have been the #1 team to beat in this competition, but Rosehill not far behind them. And we are in for an epic encounter for the last grand final of the summer.
3 days of play have been outstanding. Looks like the day one results now to see the action that was here at Papakura. So the two finalists, remember, is Mount Albert Grammar and Rosehill. And you can see Mount Albert Grammar played Rosehill in game #1 of this tournament. A big win to them there, but a lot of things have happened since then. Day 2 is a different kettle of fish, that's for sure. And we saw the Rosehill boys start to find their rhythm. A big win over Alfriston in the early time slot. And then another win over Hamilton Boys High. So Rosehill, day 2 movers, that's for sure. Day 3, and the competition was none other than the best leading into the grand final for sure. Mount Albert Grammar, they continued this domination. They played Rosehill again, 15-0 in their second time they faced each other. I'm sure the grand final will be a little bit different. Let's look at the points table from the boys section now. Tad held all wrapped up. You see Mount Albert Grammar top points, 35 points after 2 round robins of play here. And then this was it this morning. There was one more game against Alfriston for them. But Rosehill there, 25. The local boys putting up a big fight. So that leads us into the grand final. Damon, if we look at the two starting lineups for these sides, let's look at Mount Albert Grammar's order now, and you can see that through that whole team, these Earleys, Roberts, and Taylors. It's a common known name in Mount Albert Grammar, isn't it?
Well, sure is, mate. My first club was Ramblers growing up, and the Earleys, the Roberts, the Taylors, you know, spread out throughout those teams from way back. So it's going to be awesome to see the next generation in this grand final today.
Other side, let's have a look at Rosehill's batting lineup and fielding side here now. They were outstanding as well. You can see young Copeland. There's a lot of Counties Manukau representative players. I tell you, one of the ones to watch was the catcher, Kātene Huriwai.
Yeah, no, he's been around the traps. The young promising catcher coming through. We've seen him a couple of times in different levels, and he's the one to watch.
Calvin Copeland a little further down the list, the youngster at centre field. He is lightning quick. Will be really good for them defensively. So it is the grand final for the boys now, Charles Secondary Schools Championship. How about let's go down to the ground announcer and meet the players in front of us today.
Batting fourth, the third baseman #1, Jordan Tepuni. Batting 5, the pitcher #10, Noah Stevens Togo. Batting 6, the second baseman #13, Xavier Haddon. Batting seventh, centre fielder #16, Calvin Copeland. Batting 8, left fielder #5, Regan Brown. And batting 9, right fielder #25, Zidane Lemon. And the substitutes for today for Rosehill College, #15, Jaden Lockwood. #9, Riley Gibb. #12, Tyler Craig. #21, Liam Powell. And #3, Lee Warburton. Ladies and gentlemen, Rosehill College. Now let's meet the defending champions, Mount Albert Grammar School. Leading off, left fielder #18, Caden Clote. Batting second, first baseman #6, McLean Roberts. Batting 3, the shortstop #2, Ryan Early. Batting fourth, catcher #11, Brendan Korpu Lowison. Batting 5, the pitcher, number 19, Luke Roberts. Batting 6, third baseman, number 10, Cole Joyce. Batting 7th, right fielder, number 20, Ford Henare. Batting 8th, second baseman, number 1, Cooper Taylor. And batting 9th, centre fielder, number 15, Wade Sendon. And our substitutes for today, number 16, Kaina George Korteka. Number 9, Kyle Roberts. Number 17, Kyle Cross. Number 7, Cohen Taylor. Number 3, Gabriel Tahi. And finally, number 4, Jamie Joseph. Ladies and gentlemen, Mount Albert Grammar School. We'd now like to welcome County's representative, Cohen Bailey, who will come on with the flag. And ladies and gentlemen, can we please be upstanding for the New Zealand National Anthem.
Wow, what an outstanding rendition of our national anthem, Damien. Fantastic to have these young men introduced onto the grand stage here, a grand final. What must be going through their veins and their minds right now?
Oh, mate, they'll be pumped, absolutely pumped. You know, this is what you work for. This is what you put in, all the hours of training, the sacrifice, you know, not going out with your mates, doing that, this, that, and the other thing. They'll go out there, they'll represent their school. Both teams represent their school with pride, play the game the way it should, and we should be in for a hell of a battle.
Oh, we're in for a hell of a battle. It'll be an hour and a half to maybe 45 of just action from the first pitch to last. Well, Damien, we know this grand final is going to be played on the intersection of heartbreak and celebration. It is the 2021 Secondary Schools National Championship Boys Grand Final. Let's bring this one home.
One more final for us this summer. It's been a hell of a ride. Let's finish it with a bang.
Oh, well, let's have a look at, buddy, let's have a look at Mount Albert Grammar's defence as they come out of their huddle with third base, because they're pretty decent, aren't they? And they've been decent all week defensively, and they look like this. It'll be Cholote at left field, Snedden, and Hinari left to right in the outfield. And the hot corner is Cole Joyce. Ryan Early, He's a young up-and-comer, not just in schoolboy softball, but national softball as well. Cooper Taylor at 2, Roberts at 1. Kupu Lowison behind the dish for the starting pitcher, Luke Roberts.
We saw a bit of Kupu Lowison a couple of weeks ago at the Club Nationals. He was the designated runner for Ramblers as they went on to their three-peat of the Club Nationals. He's going to want to be a leader here, being the junior a couple of weeks ago. Here's his time to shine. Well,
they'll need to be a good defensive line because offensively, Rosehill are good from top to bottom. It is Ethan Copeland leading off. Kātini Huriwai will be hitting to the catcher. Tipini Kiri will be hitting in the 3 spot. Jordan Tipuni will be hitting clean-up for the boys from Rosehill. Noah Stevens-Togo will be hitting 5. Xavier Heaven. It is Calvin Copeland, 6 and 7 in the order. Regan Brown and Zidane Lemon rounds out the batting order here for Rosehill. The Blue Crew, they're a pretty decent one as well. You see them on the screen there for a while. Kevin Gorman, Mike McCall, Ethan Rawlings, and local boy Chris Boyce, the umpire-in-chief. He's down at third base. We know he'll have good under control.
Yeah, we've got some absolute stellar officials out there mic'd up. We're ready to go.
Are you ready? We're ready. Let's go. First pitch is up and high.
This Mount Albert Grammar side just coming from a game earlier today over on one of the other diamonds, so they're ready. They're into it.
Well, the first 2 pitches we see out of the right arm of Luke Robertson, just a little bit out of the zone. But he's a big lad, as you can see on the hill here. He's got plenty of velocity.
He sure is. Well,
a swing and a miss. Heavy-handed, though, Ethan Copeland.
Yeah, he definitely went over that ball. He just wanted a piece, didn't he? 2 balls, 1 strike, the call now. Roberts finding a zone with that one. Does it again. Cohen, same swing, same result. Evens the count 2 and 2.
Roberts rears back. Rise ball on the back end of it. It's deep in the right field and a good running catch in the end by Ford Henare.
Yeah, Ford Henare, he tracked it, did exactly what a ball player should do in the outfield. Glove up. Track the ball right into the glove for the first out of this ball game.
It'll bring up to bat who I think is the heart and the soul of this offensive lineup. That is the catcher, Kātini Huriwai.
Wouldn't be like you to be favoritism with the catcher? No, Kātini has been outstanding through age groups, and this is his time to do it for a school.
You bring up a good point there, Damien. These young men are obviously coming through age group representative softball, and in this case for Huriwai, that's Counties Manukau. But playing for their school, now you have to be a leader, right?
Yep, that's the one. You take all those skills, everything you've learned at club, and you go in and, let's be honest, you are top dogs at your school. Depending on the school you go to, you're not going to have more than 9 players too much better than you, but this team, Rosehill, from 1 to 9, they've got the goods.
Huriwai on the back of 1. And it'll go foul, long. How foul, but boy, oh boy, you can see the reason why he's one of the MVP candidates.
Yeah, no, he definitely aggressive with that one. Wanted it. Sent it foul will mean he's got another chance.
Hard down the line, hot corner. Throw is low, but good at first base. The pick by McCain Roberts, one of the best. Cole Joyce with a great receive, but the low throw and the pick from Roberts at first base. Boy, I love seeing these young men play well.
Yeah, and give everything to it as well, playing it the way it should be.
Luke Roberts, rise ball right down the centrepiece of the chimney, if you like, there. And you've got to be careful because Tipini Kennedy, the first baseman batting now for Rosehill, when he gets a hold of one, it does not come back.
Well, that's why he's in the 3rd spot. this is what you expect from your third batter.
This one pops up, will come back. And a bit of entertainment for the crowd.
All these softballers sitting in front of us, not one of them tried to catch it. And they heard me say it as well.
It's a good crowd in here locally in Papakura. Great to have them along, of course. 3 days of competition prior to this championship Thursday. As that one comes just inside, Kennedy will go down to first base with a hit pitch.
Kennedy hit by pitch, he'll take his spot on first base. Roberts gives him a tap on the back. You all right, mate? Good to go. Jordan Tapuni now.
Oh.
Big lad is Tapuni, third baseman for Rosehill. Outside set. Hard hit ball! This is not coming back, baby! And neither is the bat flip. And just like that, in a blink of an eye, Rosehill lead the ball game 2-0.
Well, he got all of that, didn't he? He really, really did. To start the game like that, and that bat flip, wow, had a couple. They're all happy to start this game like that. He's hoping they keep it going like that.
Well, understandably so here. Because these two teams, man, they are quality from top to bottom, and Jordan Tapuni did not miss that one. 2-1 jack over right field fence. Noah Stevens Togo. The pitcher hitting for himself now.
And as we mentioned in the last game, Chop, you gotta love secondary schools. Everybody getting behind the player at bat on the hill. It's just loud down here, and it's awesome.
Next pitch is up top. Luke Roberts came on at the beginning of this game. That was only 4 batters ago and looked kind of invincible, to be fair, but boy oh boy, things can change in just a couple of pitches.
And that's our game, isn't it? It absolutely can change on a dime.
Hard hit ball. Shallow though, centre fielder's underneath it. And Wade Snedden will retire the last out, but it's not before Jordan Tapuni puts a charge into one on the back of a hit pitch to Tipene Kennedy, and it is Rosehill leading the ball game 2-0.
Mike, that play down there.
They say your home is where your heart is. I know my home is here with you. There's no to behold. It's a better home you own with golden homes. Sitting close.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Manu's Ballpark. That is Prince Edward Park. Here locally in Papakura. Great to have you along for the grand final of the boys 2021 School West National Championship. Let's look defensively at Rosehill with a 2-run lead. It'll be Regan Brown, Calvin Copeland and Zhang Lemon left to right in the outfield. Hot corner, Jordan Tapuni, the home run hitter. Ethan Copeland's at shortstop today. Xavier Haddon, he's at second base. Tipene Kennedy is over at first. Kautene Huriwai behind the dish. The starting pitcher, Noah Stevens Togo. Just quickly, let's have a look at the batting order for Mount Albert Gramler now. And you can see it's Kalote Roberts early, 1, 2, 3. Then Brendan Kupulanson in the clean-up spot. Roberts, Joyce, Henati, Taylor and Snedden rounds out the batting order. Bottom of the first innings. First pitch that we do see from Noah Stevens-Togo is high.
He's had to do a lot of pitches this tournament. Stevens-Togo clipping the zone there. He's going to use it.
He's one of those kids, isn't he? The more he pitches, it seems the better he gets.
Well, that comes, you know, young player giving everything he goes. Oh, that was a good pitch. Almost spinning under the squared up bunt there. Brilliant stuff. And yet, more pitches thrown, more batters face. The time on the mound is going to make him good. And over those last 3 days, we've seen him get better.
Hard hit ball in the corner. And it just, and I mean just goes foul.
Game of inches here. And that definitely was on the wrong side, but only just. He's behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stevens-Togo on the mound looks relaxed. His batters definitely gave him the best start, going up 2-0.
Pulled it up the middle here. Defensively, two's going to be good. But the pace from the lead-off batter, Caden Kolotsi, is so quick.
Kolotsi, so quick. You know, not many times you hit it to second base, you count yourself to make it. And especially with the on throw and fielding that was, maybe should have charged it a bit more at second. But hey, lead off for MAGS is exactly what they want.
First pitch is low to the first baseman, McLean Roberts.
The big first baseman, left-handed batter.
Off and running to the races. Oh, and he'll not just take 2, but he'll swipe 3 ways at it. Boy, the left fielder for Mount Albert Grammar is quick.
Well, it shows that Hurawai behind the dish wants to get rid of the ball. He'll throw it. If it's on and you're there, he's going to have a go. But I think it just with that, Stevens-Togo thought it was thrown back to him, put his glove up, and I think the shortstop in second took that as he was going to catch it. And unfortunately, the ball going through the middle.
Big swing from Roberts. I think he saw the efforts of the left-hander Tupuni. He was like, ooh, someone's got to match it up from the left side.
Yeah, absolutely. What you can do, I'll try at least. Well, we know these Roberts boys, they can play.
Calvin Roberts, head coach, down at third base. And young Roberts now batting with the hitters count 3-1.
His player, of course, favourite players, Cole Evans. And if you're playing shortstop, not a bad player to look up to as well. 3 balls, 1 strike is the count.
Young Ryan Early bearing down here. Knows how important it is for Mount Albert Grammar to answer right back. He's patient as well. He'll go down to first base.
Runners on the corners now, none out.
So an infield single to Kaloti, who scampers around eventually and scores, and then back-to-back walks. We talked about Noah Stevens-Togo pitching a lot of innings this tournament. He's going to have to find a way to dip into his reserve. Off the end of the bat. Will it drop in? It does.
Definitely.
In comes the tying run. Early goes coast to coast. Mount Albert Grammar tied up, and now 2 runners in scoring position.
Just like that, we're in the bottom of the first and we're tied at 2. We said before the broadcast that this is going to be a great game. It's going to be one to watch. And if anything, the first innings is to go by, we are in for a slobber knocker here at Martins Field.
Starting pitcher Luke Roberts will bat for himself now. Goes to the first pitch, drives it up the middle. They'll try to convert 2 here. And they do. They do indeed. Kupu Lawson slides in to beat the throw, but So does Roberts into 3. Talk about aggressive base running. And now jump out to a 4-1-2 lead.
Well, we talked about Cooper Lewison before the game, being in that setup with Ramblers senior side last week, doing the running. He gets a bat here, and he gets a stand-up 3.
Now Albert Grammer have not recorded an out here in the bottom of the first innings. Infield single, walk. RBI Texas Liga. And then Roberts drives the one up the middle. Very rude. Welcoming, that's for sure, for the Rosehill pitcher. Slow roller goes back to the pitcher. He regathers and makes the out. Good play in the end by Stevens Togo just to get an out there for Rosehill. First one of the innings. They do surrender another run, so it is 5 runs to 0, but more importantly, they pick up the out.
Yeah, it's exactly what Rosehill needed there. You know, they've lit in 5 runs now with some good batting here from good batting and good fielding, running from MAGS. That they needed that out. They needed to get that on the board.
This one back to the screen. Right fielder Ford Hinari get his first look at Stevens Togo.
Ford Hinari from the United Club.
Just a little low. Rosehill. First time I believe that they've made a grand final in Division 1. A great achievement to get to the grand final. I'm sure they want to get out of this innings. We've already seen they've got the ability to score runs, Damien.
No, absolutely they do. And they had, they scored 2. Not only did they put over the fence, they had runners on, and that's what it counts. But this MAG side, they have been the one to beat in this tournament. Good way to come back from Stevens Togo to get that strike.
Time out, better.
Time called here. And the head coach for Rosehill will just come out to have a chat and just calm things down. Of course, Mount Owen Grammar, they've only sent up the 6 batters here, but it's the way that they've conducted themselves on the base pass or in the batter's box which has been aggressive.
Oh, absolutely. How many coast to coast have we seen? Runners on 1 ending up on 3, or with Roberts getting the triple there where he probably could have got an easy 2, but these young players, they're here to push themselves, they're here to push their colours, and they're here to push the opposition, and that's exactly what this MAG side's doing in the bottom of the first.
Back to the action now. Change of pace, and I think that's what the MO was from the head coach for Rosehill. Hey, these guys are hitting the ball, let's change the pace on them, give them something different to look at, and then come back to them with the gas.
Yeah, use the zone, use the outside zone. People still swing at those balls. See, and they still get struck out with them as well.
Well, there's a good example, a change up in the dirt, and then a drop ball that just catches them unawares on the outside edge. Good comeback pitch there from Stevens Togo. 2 away now. Cooper Taylor, second baseman. Mount Albert Grammar will step in and go to work.
Cooper Taylor, also from the United Club. Auckland's champions.
Yep.
But his favourite player is a player from Ramblers. Interesting.
This one comes inside with gas though. Knocks the glove off the left hand of the catcher. Hoodie White.
Yeah, just popping off the glove, off the hand there. Gave it a shake as he went back to get the ball.
Right. On the swing.
He's caught that one as a strike.
You can hear the home plate umpire, can't you, Kevin Gorman, on the swing. So 2-1 now. We're going to get out of this innings. Here's that change of pace, just low.
Ball 3, strike 1.
Just can't quite get it up into the zone. So the third walk of the innings issued to Mount Albert Grammar, and they'll bring up their number 9 hitter in the order, Wade Sneddon.
Wayne Sneddon, centre fielder coming into this one. First time he'll see Stevens Togo. Another player from Ramblers. Fouls that away.
Sneddon with a big breath now steps back into the batter's box. Good comeback pitch. Stevens Togo.
Strike 2.
2 strikes now, he's ahead.
Up, down, all around to get that one.
Ball 1, strike 2.
Just want to go foul down the right line. Noah Stevens Togo starting pitcher for Rosehill here, Damien. Already 32 pitches thrown in the innings. But the one that's causing him a bit of trouble here is 18 balls, only 15 strikes. You've got to change that ledger a little bit, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. And out of those 18 balls, 3 of those were walks. So when he is throwing them, and a hit by pitch, so he needs to tighten it up. I know it's only the first innings. I know he's had a hell of a tournament. He's throwing a lot of pitches, but he does need to tighten this up. And
inside out swing. Good range at second base though by Xavier Hedden, and that'll stop the bleeding here through the bottom of the first innings. 9 batters come up for Mount Albert Grammar, and they convert 5 of them into runs. Top of the second coming up next. 5 runs to 2. Mount Albert Grammar leading here on the home of sport, that is Sky Sport.
They say your home is where your heart is. I know my home is here with you. There's a world to behold. It's a better home you own with golden homes.
Mount Albert Grammar had a beauty of a bottom of the first innings, and they have a healthy lead in this ball game, 5 runs to 2. But we saw the power of Rosehill in the top of the first innings. They'll go through Xavier Hedden, Calvin Copeland, and Regan Brown. 1, 2, 3.
yeah, the bottom end of Rosehill now. They scored 2 runs out of their 5 batters at last. They need to add a couple more with MAGS' big first innings.
One ball and 2 strikes on Hedden. And inside, turns them around.
Sure does.
First out via the strikeout. Calvin Copeland, centre fielder. He's got a genuine pace and makes good contact in general, so he'll look to be a thorn in the side here for Luke Roberts. Roberts, after his team come out and scored those 5 runs in the bottom of the first inning, you can see that confidence has come right back, Damien.
Yeah, started the game with a hiss and a roar. It was just that one big hit that put some points on the board for Rosehill. But, you know, Roberts, he's definitely come in, throwing the gas here and using the zone, going across and up.
Rise ball's not bad out of the right hand of Roberts. Gets himself a hit in the count here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's another one. Copeland ready. And the drop ball. Tries a little something different as Roberts gets the same result. 2 strikeouts in a row.
Down 2 quick outs here. Rosehill, the left fielder, Regan Brown coming to bat, will want to change the fortunes here, but how does he do that when Roberts is pitching like that?
Regan Brown's got to find a way. You should rightly put it, Damien. You see him shortening up on the bat now. As he jumps over his pitch, his team were like, take that one. You know, when I was batting the other day, someone said that to me. I said, you come out here and take one. Do you know how that leaves a bruise? It's like there for weeks.
It sure does, especially on the ankles.
Of course, he'll get to do it the fun way, though, will Regan Brown. 2-1 the count on him now.
Oh, you definitely want to have a hit, especially in a grand final. But in saying that, getting on base is getting on base. 2-2.
Fouls this one back, but stays alive. He's got that split grip in there just to try and make sure he can make contact, Brown.
Yeah, it's almost not, it's not a shortened grip, but yeah, her hands are apart. Well, they were. Well, a foul will get you another one. And that strike will be it. So 3 batters up, 3 Ks to their names. Side retired.
Mount Grammar cruise through the top of the second innings. 5 runs to 2. They are leading. We'll come back at the bottom with more action soon.
They say your home is where your heart is. I know my home is here with you. There's a world to behold. It's a better home you own with Golden Home.
At Pack and Save, we're always looking for ways to cut costs and save you money. So we're taking all the yellow out of this ad. Hit it, guys! Yeah, that might be a bit much. Can we put a little... That's better. Pack and Save, our policy, New Zealand's lowest food prices.
On the grand final here for 2021 secondary schools has been a seesaw roller coaster so far through 1.5 innings. Started with Rosehill with a 2-run home run to the big third baseman Jordan Tapuni. That blasted over right field and sent the locals crowd to their feet. But then Mount Albert Grammar set up 9 batters in the bottom of the first innings and plated 5 of them. So they're back to the top of the shop here. And Caden Clotti, who's got gas, we saw that at the bottom of the first innings. He's got an opportunity here to lead off in the bottom of the second. And a big swing. And the rest for Noah Stevens Togo worked to charm. He starts the innings with a strikeout. McCain Roberts walked in the first innings. Pitch is low. Just comes off the shoe of the glove from the catcher, Kātini Huriwai. Damon, you were just down ringside, right behind the backstop just before. What does it sound like? How does the action sound down there?
Oh, mate, it's grand final. They're all out there. You can hear the heavy breathing, the intensity. Oh, look at that shot.
What a play.
And a catch.
What a stroke off the bat from Roberts. But boy, oh boy, Regan Brown ranging to his right made a great catch.
Yeah, he did. Good tracking in that one. You know, ran in on the pitch. Knew the ball was hit his way. Glove up, precision play, did all the basics well, got the out. And that's how Rosehill want to start this one for sure.
Oh.
Rise ball up top, outside the zone. One. Ball is through the bottom of the zone this time. So Ryan Early. Ryan Early is starting shortstop for MAGS.
Wearing his brother's number as well.
Outside, yeah, older brother Max. And the catcher coming through the system at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, a former MAGS player in his own right.
Yeah, still very young as old Max.
Tries to curve it around and just misses the outside edge.
Ball 3, strike 1.
Sitting from here, it looked good.
Hitters count now for Early, 3-1. That one comes through the zone, so full count now.
Ball 3, strike 2.
Just in this at-bat, the breeze has started to lift here locally.
Sure has.
Going straight from home plate to centre. With the estuary out there in the centre field view, that could come under attack with the way these boys are hitting the ball.
Yeah, it does. It's definitely picked up. The clouds have come in. Wasn't picture perfect it's not like it was before.
So 2-out walk to Early brings up the catcher now, Brendan Kupulawson.
Kupulawson was headed to centre field at his first at bat, cross home plate. His time to be the player in this one. Ramblers favourite player is Daniel Chapman.
Dibble.
That one just low from Stevens' toe, clips the toe of Kupulawson. He'll go down to first base. I'll tell you what, if he's a fan of Daniel Chapman, I think so is the rest of the country. That guy's an outstanding pitcher, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely, Chopper. We've seen that boy the last few years go through tournaments and from strength to strength and strength. And I tell you, those club nats not long ago, awesome.
So we're 2 away now. Pitcher hit from south here, Luke Roberts. Drove one up the middle, scampered all the way to third base back in the first innings. Got an opportunity to capitalise again now with 2 runners on. One through the bottom of the zone, ties the count 1-1.
Wouldn't be like a pitcher to disagree with the zone that the umpire called, but it is what it is.
I'll tell you what, that we hadn't seen that pitch in the first innings.
Yeah.
It's a low lifted curve that cuts back into the edge of the strike zone. And I think it's a little bit of saving something for each innings here. Wonder what's in the bag of the tricks in the third. Inside. Second baseman stops it but cannot pick it up. Still going home. The throw. And he is safe. And safe at third base. Xavier Hedden
Here we go. Time
just
out,
sat
fellas.
back on that
Time
ground
out.
ball, took a couple of hops instead of coming forward on it, and it played him a little too much.
It did. He thought it was going to bounce straight into his club. Well, that's what it looked like. He was right behind it. He did everything right. It just ball didn't go in the glove, and under the legs of him, he had to find it, and that just showed how much this Mount Albert Grammar School is onto it, because they just didn't give up.
Well, it does move the scoreline now, 6 runs to 2 to Mount Albert Grammar, and it'll also be an opportunity for head coach Calvin Roberts to come out, the big policeman, and to pass on some guidance on what he would like to see here with runners in the corners, even with 2 outs.
Yeah, and what a guy to get to call the timeout and call you over to give you some mentorship. I mean, developing socks assistant coach these days.
Okay.
Or is it the next grade? But no, he's been around the game a very long time as Calvin, and one to listen to for sure if you're playing for him. Or else back in the dog van for you.
Runner scorer.
You can hear the temporary runner will go out for the catcher,
Short number
Kupulanson
2.
at third base to run.
Thank you.
So that means Ryan Early comes back out of the dugout. That rule's there in place to speed up the game so the catcher can get his gear on for the next defensive innings. Well, big opportunity now for Cole Joyce, the third baseman from MAGS. Runners in the corners, 2 outs.
Out on a play to his first at bat. Got a couple pieces, couple foul balls. And he's doing the same again.
Big swing goes foul. I think the only reason why we haven't seen Luke Roberts at first base take off to second is, I guess, because he's one of the pitchers, and if he turns an ankle, they're not really required to take that bag. It could hurt them in the long run.
You know, you definitely don't want to lose your outstanding pitcher to a needless injury by just stealing base when you're 6-2 up. But these kids, they want to play, they want to run, they want to do everything they can out there for the colours.
Yeah, Hill would jog down this time. There was no way Rosehill were going to make that play down there. They can't leak another run at this point.
Hudawai behind the dish doing the old fake throw, but wise to it is Roberts.
Tell you what, Joyce is getting his fair share and money's worth in foul balls.
Well, that's all you got to do. Like, just keep on making Stevens Togo throw more pitches, and you're seeing that curveball, the one that's coming out. He's starting to use it in as well.
This one's wide, and he'll take off. And Early comes in and plates the second run of the innings here. And MAGS move out now, 7 runs to 2.
Ball 3, strike 2.
Full count. Big swing, big pitch. And that'll do the second innings. They send up 6 batters, 2 quick outs, and then they manufacture in the way that Mount Albert Grammar know how to do it. 7 runs to 2. We'll be back with more action on Home Sports, Sky Sport, in just a short moment.
Within the ELE group, we have a range of companies and a very wide range of people. We have 3 core values: growing together. That means with our staff, our stakeholders, and of course with people like you, our customers. Building tomorrow today to build a better tomorrow for us and our customers. And thirdly, keeping it real. Doing things that are going to work for everybody and being mindful of the fact that we're not a corporate, we still have a family feel about our business.
Well, the 2021 boys grand final of the secondary schools is an excellent matchup here between the team in the field here, Mount Albert Grammar and Rosehill. We're up to the top of the third innings. Rosehill opened the scoring in the top of the first with 2 runs, and it's been all Mount Albert Grammar since then. So they'll look to try and change that tide now. They'll set up number 9 hitter, Zidane Lemon. Top of the shop, Ethan Copeland and Kartini Huriwai, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we had that big shot from Jordan Tapuna in the first, but MAGS just showing the quality, the way they play the game, know the game, you know, and they've just been putting it in the last few.
Lemon, aggressive on the first 2 pitches he sees here. Ball is high.
Well, I tell you, Chopper, that was just his 14th ball in 36 pitches that he's thrown down here. 22 strikes. Few strikeouts as well.
To say young Luke Roberts on the hill here for MAGS is being aggressive is an understatement, as he is pounding the zone.
Well, they breed the Roberts boys big, that's for sure. He's using all of himself out there.
Count now full. Roberts bears back. Big breath. Low lifter. Punched out of the way. Lemon. Not looking to do too much with the ball, but just place it where it's pitched.
Well, it's the top of the third. This is the first time he's seen being the 9th batter. Roberts on the hill. Few foul balls will keep him at bat, but Rosehill want a runner on base.
And a low lifter on the outside edge is pitcher. Perfect here. That is 4 strikeouts in a row now from Luke Roberts.
It sure is. And we were talking about that, the ratio of strikes to balls, and he hasn't let it slip yet.
Working both sides of the plate. This one just offered on the inside to Ethan Copeland. Flew out to right field in his first at bat. Big swing over a drop ball that just falls off the table.
Yeah, the inside drop as well. They're just giving everything to that swing, and he's just getting around them.
And this one just can't get enough of the barrel on it. It'll pop up to the second baseman for an easy out.
Well, at least they broke the strikeout streak. But that is Rosehill down to 2 outs. Down 2 outs already.
Kartini Huriwai. Goes to the first pitch, pulls it down the line. We talked about him being the spark plug in the team. We know Jordan Tapuni's heroics in the first innings, but in my mind, you need consistency from Kartini in the batter's box for these young men to follow.
You absolutely do, Chopper. The top of the order is going to be the part that Rosehill are going to rely on here. They need Huriwai to get on base here. They're down 2 outs and down 5 runs, so they need to change their fortunes pretty quickly. Well, at least that wind's gone, but the cloud's still over. There won't be an issue for the boys out there.
Well, it's been a lovely day here locally. The weather's just simply been outstanding, hasn't it? And that's made for a very pleasant day. Sure, bit of cloud cover now, but you know what? It's probably welcome as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so hot. Before I was rocking my new Ballpark broadcasting singlet. You like those ones, eh, Chop?
Look really good there, young man. That's for sure. Well deserved. High hopper, third baseman, needs a quick release. And release is not just quick, it's also strong from Cole Joyce. Retirement order, that's 2 innings in a row of that work from Mount Albert Grammar. Rosehill will have to find a way to get through this young man on the hill, Luke Roberts, at some stage if they want to get back in this ball game. 7 runs to 2, plenty of action to come. Bottom of the third coming up next.
They say your home is where your heart is. I know my home is here with you. There's a world to behold. It's a better home you own with golden homes.
Well, I tell you what you do. You get down to Papakura, Munners Ballpark, to be in fact, for the grand final. As this one flies out to left field, going a long way, it'll drop inside. And no chance to make the catch out there for Rosehill from Regan Brown, but we're just saying, I know what I would do. I would get down to Papakura because the grand final's on now. Boys secondary championship. Boy, oh boy, we've got a long way to go on this one. 7 runs to 2, but we know Rosehill, they've got plenty of fight.
Yeah, absolutely. They haven't given up at all in this. They're giving everything they can. Stevens Togo on the mound. You're really trying to use all his pitches here, especially that curve, trying to throw across the plate and keep MAGS guessing. But this MAGS side, quality from top to bottom, with good young ballers and a lot of these names that you guys are going to get used to over the years coming up. So we're in for a battle here. We're in the bottom of the third. MAGS up 7 runs to 2 over Rosehill. 3 more runs, it could be, well, a few more runs, it could be game over, but we won't talk like that just yet. We did that in the earlier game and then there were no more runs scored. So we'll enjoy the quality of softball being played down here for the last grand final of our summer calendar.
We've been spoiled here at Papakura because the quality of softball has been good. So we just see a hit pitch.
Hey, we'll have a timeout, fellas. Guys.
We're just going to have a timeout here.
Called by the
We'll
umpire.
just have a
even.
listen to the umpire, see what he's got to say.
Hey, I haven't got a hit. What do you guys see?
Sorry, I have.
You have? We've got a hit?
Yep.
Okay, then, thank you.
Well, that's brilliant to see, isn't it? Home plate umpire Kevin Gorman didn't quite see the ball hit the batter, but was obviously okay to open enough to talk to his fellow umpires. They got the right call in the end.
Oh, it's just been awesome to be in there with them, you know, and how open our umpires have been to putting on the microphone and going out and doing their job, you know, and letting us listen in. It's been outstanding.
Wade Snedden goes to the first pitch, slow roll to the 3. He'll touch his bag to get the force out here.
Third baseman takes it out at 3. Runners on 1 and 2.
That'll bring up the top of the shop now. This kid's been quick, Caden Kalote.
I sure has. The way he got around the bases in the first at bat, and the way he even beat out the ball to get on base in the first place. Oh,
what a play!
Very, very good there from Jordan Tapuni at third base to get in, get the arm out, reach, dive, catch.
That's an outstanding defensive play there for the third. So putting on a show here for the crowd.
Oh.
Ball high.
Kane Roberts walked back in the first. Flew out to left field in the second. Gets his third at bat now and third look at Noah Stevens-Togo.
Yeah, it was that big hit to Regan Brown in at left field, but he tracked it well and caught it the big man. That's another big one, but that's going to go foul. Hits the bank and then goes back into the field of play. That's amazing.
Plenty of length on the bat though. Looked like it was a little inside on him. Boy, if he frees his arms up and gets the barrel, I don't think that fence is long enough.
I can say 100% on this diamond it's not long enough. Great pitch there. Hit in the zone for Stevens-Togo with the strike call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On McLean Roberts, first baseman. The big left-handed batter. He'll want this. Foul ball goes way back. Count remains 1-2. 1 balls, 2 strikes. 2 runners on. 2 out. In the bottom of the 3. Oh, the boys will run on the pass, advancing to 3-2.
So what, Damien, I've seen Kartini Huriwai behind the dish in a number of matches. Never have seen so many balls get past him. Whether he's carrying a little bit of an injury here. But I know that young man, he will not give up and he'll stay there until everything is sore. Hard ball, shortstop, tough to handle. And MAGS will convert another run here. Now lead the ball game 8-0.
Yeah, shortstop did everything he could to make that play there, but just with the juggle on the run to get it over to third, just couldn't make it. And MAGS scoring another run, now with runners on the corners.
Ryan Early gets his third look. Sees one sail over his head first pitch. That'll allow Roberts down to second base in scoring position as well. 2 walks in the match so far for Early.
Good discipline batter, Ryan Early. Playing shortstop today.
Another one to the screen. On the races. No one's at home plate here. MAGS, if they take a inch, they will take a mile for sure. They'll push the scoreline out 9 runs to 2.
Someone just needs to be backing up Hurawai at catch. Like if the ball goes over and you've got a runner on 3, you have to get yourself to be in position to catch that ball. There's been a few times now where Hurawai has given everything to get back to the net to get that ball from the wild pitch, and no one behind him to make the play. They need to back each other up more.
Right. Ball 2, strike 1.
2-1 now the count on the shortstop Early.
Right. Ball 2, strike 2. Oh.
This one just comes down just below the zone. We know that Stevens-Togo, the starting pitcher for Rosehill, has thrown a lot of innings throughout the week. Starts the innings well, then as the more batters he gets to face, understandably he's getting fatigued, isn't he?
Well, he's getting fatigued, and you know, there's just sometimes when you're out there trying to do the job, you're just trying to do too much, and that's maybe what he's trying to do. He's trying to take all the pressure on himself, take all the load on himself to pitch the game, but he's got to remember he's got 8 players out there that are willing to do everything for this game, because remember, it's grand final time. You got no tomorrow. This is it.
Brendan Kopulanson will be looking towards tomorrow.
He'll be hoping to have another championship from his summit.
That's what he'll be looking forward to. Won't he be in that assembly at school and walking in with a national title if they can continue marching here in the grand final.
Ball
I know this one's Division 1 chopper, but we've got some pretty outstanding tournaments around the country as well. Of course, Calhoun Park is our Division 2, or the lower North Island. And of course, the tournament down south as well being played this week. So our secondary schools on show over the last few days.
Oh, simply outstanding, isn't it, Damon, to see?
Yeah, we got a timeout, fellas.
These high schools or colleges from throughout the country, the top to the bottom, competing in this great game of softball. We see another run coming from Mount Albert Grammar. Score starting to balloon a little here now. 10 runs to 2.
Hey,
Not too sure if Rose will have another option on the hill, Damien.
come on. Becky,
Well, I haven't seen them talk to anyone, or obviously anyone warming up. There's 3 or 4 boys sitting in the dugout, and that is exactly what they're doing. So maybe that's why Stevens Togo has had to do so much work this tournament. And especially in a grand final, you don't just chuck anyone in there. But if he's done, he's done. But it looks like he's got enough left in the tank to get the corner and get the strike called there to level the count 2-2. Corporal Lewison, as we mentioned earlier, doing a lot of running for that Ramblers side that won Club Nationals for the 3rd time in a row just a couple of weeks ago at the home of softball, Fraser Park. But more in a leadership role here, batting in the 4 spot.
Well, he bears down, picks up the strikeout. 7 batters come to the plate for Mount Albert Grammar School here. They pick up 3 runs. In the bottom of the 3rd innings, now lead 10 runs to 0. We're back, more action, top of the 4th when we come right back.
Within the ELE group, we have a range of companies and a very wide range of people. We have 3 core values: growing together. That means with our staff, our stakeholders, and of course with people like you, our customers. Building tomorrow today to build a better tomorrow for us and our customers. And thirdly, keeping it real. Doing things that are going to work for everybody and being mindful of the fact that we're not a corporate, we still have a family feel about our business.
Well, welcome back to Munners Ballpark here in Papakura, ladies and gentlemen. If you just joined us, this is the 2021 National Secondary Schools Championship, the boys final between Mount Albert Grammar and Rosehill, the local college here in Papakura. We're up to the top of the 4th innings. In fact, it was Rosehill that scored first with 2 runs in the 1st innings, but it's been Mount Albert Grammar ever since then. 5 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, and 3 in the 3rd innings.
Yeah, we started with a hiss and a roar on this one, didn't we? 2-5 after the 1st. We saw Rosehill with the 1st and only automatic home run in the top of the 1st. But yeah, you're right, Chopper. It's been all Mount Albert Grammar School from there, just showing their experience and the way that they can play the game. That's popped up. Lewison, Corporal Lewison to make the catch easy behind the dish, and that's the 1st out.
Mount Albert Grammar, apart from the 1st innings, have pretty much been flawless. It was a hit pitch to Tiffany Kennedy, who just batted then, and then Jordan Tapuni, who's up the bat now with a 2-run shot over right field that set the dugout on fire.
Sure did.
Whoa.
Sure did, but this is the time to do it again. It's been a long time since his last bat. He's been itching to get back out there. And now that he is, he sees that one.
He's had himself a fine defensive match as well. Tapuni at third base. Great running, diving catch off a bunt. Goes at one on the outside edge. Fouls that one away. Count will be 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Tapuni.
Yeah, that catch was outstanding before. With the run forward, the glove out, knew he wasn't going to be able to get to it and just leaped and caught it. Outstanding work.
Just pulls that drop ball and gets rid of it to go foul. Well, Mount Albert Grammar, they have had the luxury of 3 pitches being utilised in the tournaments. And that means that Luke Roberts has only had to throw 15 innings of work coming into the grand final. So that allows him to be nice and fresh.
Well, he's definitely come in and done the job here from the get-go. The only blemish on the record for him really was that automatic home run. He's thrown a hell of a game since.
Hard hit ball from Tapuni. Can he do it again? You betcha! Tapuni goes large for the second time of the ball game. And it's Rosehill, 3 runs to 10.
Wow, 2 from 2. Jordan Tapuni puts it over centre field fence. And I know he wasn't as confident as he was in the first one, but he definitely got all of it to send it over for the second automatic home run of the game, let alone himself.
Interesting to watch. Look, the pitcher for Mount Albert Grammar, Luke Roberts, drops his glove and stares at Tapuni as he goes around. Reminds him of the score right now. 10 runs to 3. Will that be the catalyst for Rosehill comeback? We'll find out as we march through this grand final. One young man who deserves a hit, that's for sure. Noah Stevens-Togo.
Sure does. He's pitched his heart out on the mound last few innings, or this game. Be awesome for him to find a bit of green.
Came into the grand final with a 333 batting average to Togo. Who's got the best batting average in the team? You picked it. It's Tapuni. We already had 2 home runs on the tournament, now 2 here on the grand final.
Well, that 333, it's pretty good batting average, considering that's a Hall of Famer's batting average.
Sure is. Drop ball down low and he'll get on base. So just 1 away here in the top of the 4th innings. A bit of fight back from Rosehill. And it'll be time called. Calvin Roberts to come out just to calm the farm a little.
The slow walk of Calvin Roberts out to the mound. Brings in his team. He'll just be saying, boys, you still got this. 10-3 on the scoreboard. Just got to get the batters out.
Damien, Rosehill come into this game with a team batting average of 343. So they've got a number of hitters. Huruwai, Hayden, all hitting well over 400, and Kennedy. Of course, Tapuni, he's 529.
Wow.
That's 53% of the time he gets a safe hit. That's insane. So they've got plenty of hitting to come. You know, Rosehill are not over yet, that's for sure. One of those top hitters headed now.
A runner on 1 now, 1 out. Rosehill clawing back here in the top of the 4th.
Big swing. And of course they'll need to. We know that the run rule ahead. Rules are, if you're ahead by 15 after 3, we're past that, too late. After 4 though is 10. Score at the moment is 10 runs to 3, so they do have a 7-run lead in Mount Albert Grammar, but they yet to bat in this 4th innings. So
Ball 2.
Rosehill do need to
Strike
score
1.
some runs to keep this thing getting close, and then at the bottom of the 5th innings, they have to be closer than 7 runs. So still plenty of work to do here.
Yeah, and we saw in the last game, you know, this is grand final time. They're wearing the colours of their college. They've been sent in the last few days to represent their school and play the game that they love. So if we see anything like the last game, it ain't over till it's over, because it's grand final time. You've got to give everything, throw everything at it.
And Roberts does heed the advice of the head coach, Calvin. Settles right down and picks up the strikeout of Hedden.
Yeah, beautiful pitching there from Roberts to come back after the walk. They got the 2 outs.
Oh.
That'll bring up to bat now Calvin Copeland. Strikeout victim back in the 2nd innings. On the back end of one, it dunks in. They could score a run here. He gets the go sign around 3, and Rosehill have doubled their score now, 4 runs to 10.
Oh, the good old no man's land, and that's exactly where he placed it, just over second and before right field. There was no way any of them were going to get to it. And Noah Stevens-Togo getting the call from the coach to gas it from second to home will score the run. And as you said, doubled their runs. But they've got it outside the 7 now, which is good.
6-run margin, 10-4 the score. Big swing. We've seen some good defensive play by the left fielder, Regan Brown.
Strike 2.
In the hole, though, 0-2.
Oh.
Down low. Home plate umpire Gorman. He's
Strike
nice
2.
and quick with his calls, isn't he? His strike zone's been good, and it hasn't changed all match.
Strike.
High drop ball, too hot to handle. And Roberts takes care of business. 2 strikeouts here in the 4th innings, but a big shot by Tapuni, 2nd home run of the match, and Copeland drives in 1 as well. There's the boys, the local boys. Rosehill pick up 2 runs here in the top of the 4th. We back more action in the bottom. And Grammar leading by 6.
Your ideas, your plans, your vision for your dream home. At Golden Homes, we work with you to create a home you'll love living in. With total design flexibility, our exclusive gold standard building system, and Zog steel framing proven to withstand magnitude 9 earthquake activity, your new Golden Home will have all the strength, comfort and sophistication you've been dreaming of.
It's a better home, your own Golden Homes.
Golden Homes. Call 0800 22 22 36.
At Pack and Save, we're always looking for ways to cut costs and save you money. So we're taking all the yellow out of this ad. Hit it, guys! Yeah, that might be a bit much. Can we put a little... That's better. Pack and Save, our policy, New Zealand's lowest food prices.
Bottom of the 4th innings, Luke Roberts, Cole Joyce and Hinardi will bat 1, 2, 3 here for Mount Albert Grammar. They have a 6-run lead here in the bottom of the 4th innings. I guess, Damien, if they want to get this one wrapped up in a heartbeat, it's this innings they'll look to do it, won't they?
Oh, absolutely, Chop. This one they need to stamp with authority, and all they need to do is bat in 4 runs. And if we go off anything that they've done before, 5 in the first, 2 in the second, and 3 in the third, it's doable.
They've batted with patience and power and precision, have Mount Albert Grammar. To be fair, though, Damien, they're doing it against a young man that has thrown just a lion's share of the innings here. 23.1 innings coming into the grand final was Noah Stevens-Togo. Not a bad ERA of 4.2, but his arm must be hurting just a little tight.
Just a tad. Well, he's still throwing people out though.
He has managed to pick up a few strikeouts today. Found success for that for sure. 5 on the day, in fact.
Yeah, he's given everything he has out there, haven't he? Straight through the zone.
Cole Joyce, one of those strikeout victims back in the second innings. Sees one down the pipeline. This one, the inside out swing. It'll pop in and may look to turn the corner. Breaks are on at first base.
Great batting from Cole Joyce to find the gap along the foul line, but in the field of play between first and right outfield. It looks like Calvin Roberts will come out and send someone into bat.
Just looks like we're going to have a substitution. Let's peep in and have a listen to what the coach has got to say.
Is that it? Thank you.
Great timing.
Mount Albert, spot 6, 10 out, 17 in.
Well, there you go. We found out what the conversation was. It is a substitution. Number 17 will come into the ball game. That is Kyle Cross, who'll run for Joyce at third base. Forward Hinari. Solid stroke to left field. His last at bat, that was back in the third innings. Was a strikeout victim back in the first though.
Stevens-Togo using that curveball again. Going outside in and clipping the outside corner.
Runner at first base with a shimmy and a shake. I'll tell you what, Cross, if you watch him, the corner of the screen or one of the shots we got bringing to you here, boy, that kid can run.
Looks like he wants to as well. He's got his eyes on Calvin Roberts over at third.
Big lead there.
Well, Hudawai will throw it. He'll give it a go, that's for sure.
Fine arm as the catcher from Rosehill. Cuts in there, Hitty White. This one missing up top.
And thankfully, me on scoreboard, Kevin Gorman constantly holding up the hands and letting us know what the count is. Good man.
He's a good man like that, that's for sure. 3 balls and 2 strikes now.
Well, you get used to a few umpires, you know, a lot, unless it's the full counts or anything. You're like, what is it?
Inside out swing, it's a laser beam to left field. And Cross will go coast to coast. I told you that kid's quick. And following suit is Hinati around her too. So 2 runners in scoring position here. Just like that in the blink of an eye. Mount Albert Grammar threatening to score again.
Exactly. You know, Rosehill started off with getting the strikeout of Roberts, but then a hit to right field, a hit to left field. Can Cooper Taylor put the hit into centre and get closer to drawing this game on?
10 runs to 4. 4 runs here in the bottom of the 4th innings. And Mount Albert Grammar will be reign supreme for 2021. Cooper Taylor will try his luck. A walk in the first and hit by pitch in the third. Rosehill have used one other pitcher this week, Damien. Have a guess who it is. He's not a normal pitcher, to be fair, though. 11 innings of work from the third baseman, Jordan Tapuni. With the way he's playing, I'd give him the ball almost.
Yeah, absolutely. If he told you he could pitch, you'd just go, sweet, here you go, buddy.
He probably throws 100 miles an hour with a ton of rotation.
As long as it's in the zone, happy days. I'll tell you,
curveball is good.
He's using it, and it's been going down a charm for him. They needed that.
Two strikeouts. 2 strikeouts in the innings here for Stevens Togo. Trying to keep this game close. That's all he's got to do right now. Wade Sneddon.
Well, the carry-on rule comes into effect in the 4th innings if you're up by 10. Now, MAGS have a runner on 3. They have a runner on 2, but they're down 2 here in the bottom of the 4th. If they score 4, it's over. But after 5, they need 7. They're up by 6. They need to convert like they had been, but this young man, Noah Stevens Togo on the hill, has been putting in the work.
Well, you can see he's a young man that's got plenty of fight in the belly, doesn't he? More of a big heart, like a lion. He's lots of courage. He's only a young fella too.
It's not the easiest of positions. You feel like you're out there by yourself, but he's been going to work for his college, for his teammates, and for himself, and he's doing them all proud.
Just the action slowing down here a little. 2 away. Rosehill looking to get out of the jam one more time. Rose ball is high.
3 balls, 2 strikes, full count.
Full count now. Time called. Sneddon wants to take an opportunity with a calm head.
Oh, the old pause and have a swing.
Check your batting grip. Now set. Ready for the pitch. Drop ball's good, right on the outside edge. You probably did him a favour. Back-to-back strikeouts to finish off the 4th innings. In fact, probably the best innings he's pitched so far. No score added by Mount Albert Grammar School. First time of this match. 10 runs to 4. It'll be the top of the 5th and we come back.
Okay, good.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Munners Ballpark here in the beautiful Papakura, South Auckland, for the 2021 Secondary Schools National Championship. It's the boys' grand final. Mount Albert Grammar have a lead in the grand final at the moment. At Rosehill, we've seen their fight, Damien, in the 4th innings, posting another couple of runs. Can they continue to do that against Luke Roberts?
I don't see why not. I mean, this is where they're at. Roberts is just as tired as Stephen Togo, I'm sure. You know, he's been putting in the effort. Yes, he might have thrown 15 innings before he jumped on the mound today, but he's been going to work and he's been putting in the, and there you go, another strikeout to the tally.
He's got plenty of strikeouts today, doesn't he? Just really pounding the zone as Luke Roberts. He's been aggressive the whole way through, including 3 up, 3 down in the second. To add to the other 4, the 7 on the day. Ethan Copeland now top of the shop. His 3rd at-bat in this contest.
Lucky Luke, is it?
Lucky Luke indeed. And
cool hand.
This one's up. Who's the lucky kid underneath it? It'll be the second baseman. Cooper Taylor. Mags, to be fair, defensively have been tidy, Damien. They seem to just get their body in the right position and make all of the plays. Kartini Hoodie White looking for his first hit of the ball game. Came into this match as the second highest batter for the Rosehill side. 2 home runs on the day. Slow roller to shortstop. And that'll work. He does get his first hit. Not too sure about the scoring actually, whether it's an error, but the lip jumped up and he got the benefit of it.
I've always said, Chopper, luckily we don't have to put E next to anyone's name. It's not our call. We just might say it wrong on the stream, but you know, it is what it is.
So with 2 outs, they will bring Kartini back to the dugout, send out Copeland back into the game to run from for the 2 out runner play. And time called here. Calvin Roberts is going to ask the question. Scoreline 10 runs to 4. I think the question he might have been asking, did you see that ball come off his foot? It was a bit of a slow roller. I think it was just off the end of the bat. But to be fair, the Blues are right there. They've got a better view than us.
Oh, he'll ask the question all day long. I mean, you look at the experience just in that dugout. Calvin Roberts is the coach. Red Henare, the assistant. Megan Early, the manager. And Cherie Early, the scorer.
Through the 5-6 hole. Looking to go coast to coast. This could be trouble. And it is with a capital T. A rush of blood to the head for Copeland. Trying to stretch it out when they're trailing by 6 runs. And that'll do the top of the 5th innings. So apologies, the bottom. Top of the 5th innings. We are now going to the bottom of the 5th innings. My apologies. Sorry, just catching up with the scoreboard. The score is 10 runs to 4. More action to come after the break.
They say your home is where your heart is. I know my home is here with you. There's a world to behold. It's a better home you own with golden homes.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 5th innings. Mount Albert Granville sent up the top of the shop. Caden Coates here for his 4th at-bat of this contest, so leading the ball game 10 runs to 4.
Finding the gap in between 5-6. And we know he's got the wheels. We saw him in the first innings run around the bases pretty easily. And he's going to lead off at the bottom of the 5th. They just need 1 run here to Mount Albert Grammar. Last innings was the only inning that they didn't score a run.
Ball down low and off to the races. Colotti, I'll tell you what, he must have had about 100 stolen bases at this tournament, I reckon.
Well, that's what you want from your leadoff, to get on and get around regardless if he's being moved with a bat or not. You want him around those bases and scoring every time he's on. And with those wheels, I wouldn't be surprised if there has been a few.
Pass ball, gift another 60 feet.
I love that he looked, though. Even though the ball was only a few metres away, he had a look, had a peek. Could I make it? Maybe. Well, he's on run. The winning run and scoring position. Just like that.
Slow ground ball. Shortstop's forward. The throw is good. MAGS will play another run here in the bottom of the 5th innings. Apologies, of course, as that run comes in. Just catching up with it.
That's it, mate.
11 runs to 4, bottom of the 5th innings. If 7 is the margin, that's what it is.
It sure is.
And guess what?
What?
It's Mount Auckland Grammar. You're national champions. 11 runs to 4.
Just like that. I mean, that crept up on us. We did. Yeah, their 4th innings, we were talking they needed 10 or 4 to take out the ball game. We totally forgot they only needed 1 in this one. With Colotti getting around to 3rd pretty easy and just gassing it home. I don't think Rosehill noticed. They could have, maybe tried to get the out at home, but that'll be the ball game.
Fantastic. Well, if you look through this match, it was, to be fair, Rosehill through to Apuni put up a really good fight. His 2 home runs, they were my highlight for the local side for sure.
Oh, Jordan Tapuni, outstanding in the hot corner, not only with the bat, he only got two at bats and put them both over the fence, but he was also magic with the glove, and that's what you want in the hot corner. Jordan Tapuni was outstanding for Rosehill.
On the flip side, Mount Auckland Grammar now, what do you say about them today?
Well, it'd be rude to actually single one out because the whole team for the whole tournament has been outstanding, from 1 to 9, and even your role players on the bench coming and doing the business. Outstanding work from the setup from Mount Albert Grammar School.
Well, Mount Auckland Grammar, they scored 11 runs off 8 hits. So when they got people on board, whether it be through walks or errors or pressure, they just knew how to convert, didn't they?
Well, it's just that thinking, Obviously, when you look at this list, the players from set up from great clubs around the traps, they've just learned the game, and you could tell that each one of them, even though young, they knew the game, they knew how to play, and they knew how to be a step of the next play.
Well, we know all the awards are yet to come. We'll bring you all of that action after the break, but first, it is Mount Albert Grammar. Congratulations, national champion for 2021. 11 runs to 4, they win the men's, the boys' grand final. Back with more action, more about the tournament and what's happened over the first 4 days of this tournament and all of the rest of the action before the big prize giving. Who'll make the tournament team? Who'll be the MVP? You'll find out when we come back in just a short moment.
G'day, my name's Brent Mulholland. I'm the Managing Director of ELE. I guess what makes ELE quite different from others is all of our people have a technical and management skill set in the sectors that we operate. So ELE is a business, operates in the civil, transport, construction, engineering and oil and gas sectors. We have branches in Christchurch, Wellington, Auckland, Hawke's Bay and New Plymouth. And we engage approximately 500 workers on any given day. So if you're a client looking for great staff for your business, we've got people that can help. We're easy to work with, non-corporate, and we like to think we just keep it
E&I Engineering is a specialist sheet metal fabrication company. We would operate a fibre laser machine. We've got 4 press brakes, about 15 welding bays with robot welding involved, shot blasting, powder coating, rotational plastic moulding, and we also do assembly work as well. We would employ in the vicinity of 75 staff, and through ELE we would have placed probably at least 15 staff onto our permanent books. So they've been very, very good for us. They've been able to help us to manage some pretty serious growth, 30% growth in the last 6 months. And we've been trying to find a range of staff. So yes, some temp labour at an entry level, but also some more highly skilled tradesmen as well. They're really, really good to deal with, generally so, not just because there's a camera in front of my face. Been very, very pleased with their relationship with ELE. Yeah, I do sincerely and genuinely recommend them.
So if you're a client looking for great staff for your business, we've got people that can help. We have recruitment from all around the country and also abroad, and that brings a level of skill and expertise to our sites that our customers really enjoy. And in today's tightening labour market, it's essential that companies like ours can get the right people. We trademarked right people, right place, because it really is all about putting the right person in the right place, and if you do that, you wind up with a successful business. We take client relationships and we build friendships, and that's what makes ELE quite special.
Within the ELE group, we have a range of companies and a very wide range of people. We have 3 core values: growing together. That means with our staff, our stakeholders, and of course with people like you, our customers. Building tomorrow today to build a better tomorrow for us and our customers. And thirdly, keeping it real. Doing things that are going to work for everybody and being mindful of the fact that we're not a corporate, we still have a family feel about our business.
They say your home is where your heart is. I know my home is here with you. There's a world to behold. It's a better home you own with golden homes. They say your home is where your heart is. I know my home is here with you. There's a world to behold. It's a better home you own with golden homes.
At Pack and Save, we're always looking for ways to cut costs and save you money. So we're taking all the yellow out of this ad. Hit it, guys! Yeah, that might be a bit much. Can we put a little... That's better. Pack and Save, our policy, New Zealand's lowest food prices.
G'day, my name's Brent Mulholland. I'm the Managing Director of ELE. I guess what makes ELE quite different from others is all of our people have a technical and management skill set in the sectors that we operate. So ELE as a business operates in the civil, transport, construction, engineering and oil and gas sectors. We have branches in Christchurch, Wellington, Auckland, Hawke's Bay and New Plymouth, and we engage approximately 500 workers on any given day. So if you're a client looking for great staff for your business, we've got people that can help. We're easy to work with, non-corporate, and we like to think we just keep it real.
Engineering is a specialist sheet metal fabrication company. We would operate a fibre laser machine. We've got 4 press brakes, about 15 welding bays with robot welding involved, shot blasting, powder coating, rotational plastic moulding, and we also do assembly work as well. We would employ in the vicinity of 75 staff, and through ELE we would have placed probably at least 15 staff onto our permanent books. So they've been very, very good for us. They've been able to help us to manage some pretty serious growth, 30% growth in the last 6 months. And we've been trying to find a range of staff. So yes, some temp labour at an entry level, but also some more highly skilled tradesmen as well. They're really, really good to deal with, generally so, not just because there's a camera in front of my face. Been very, very pleased with their relationship with ELE. Yeah, I do sincerely and genuinely recommend them.
So if you're a client looking for great staff for your business, we've got people that can help. We have recruitment from all around the country and also abroad, and that brings a level of skill and expertise to our sites that our customers really enjoy. And in today's tightening labour market, it's essential that companies like ours can get the right people. We trademarked right people, right place, because it really is all about putting the right person in the right place, and if you do that, you wind up with a successful business. We take client relationships and we build friendships, and that's what makes ELE quite special.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Mana Ballpark. And we've had an outstanding tournament here. The Division 1 secondary schools have simply been outstanding here from Papakura. Let's have a recap of the action. Look, results from day one now, where we saw a lot of action against all the teams, was simply outstanding. And as you can see on the screen there, the scores were thick and fast, but outstanding left to right and centre. Mount Albert Grammar, remember, they were the champions in the boys section. They got off to a screamer on day one. But on the girls' side, Hamilton Girls High, they are eventual champions. And look at that, how about that? A carbon copy played One Tree Hill. Both grand finalists placed each other there on day one. So that was simply outstanding. Day two action. There was plenty of it for sure, with all these teams kind of looking to get, I guess, their best foot forward. And that's the thing, isn't it? You know, when you're facing the best in the country, is how do you find a way? And on day two, we saw a lot of good action that showed exactly that. One Tree Hill, tough one against Hamilton Boys High on the boys section there in the 10 o'clock game. But Alfreston put up a fight against Rosehill there at the 10:30 time slot. Hamilton Girls, Auckland Grammar, that was a beauty. Mount Albert Grammar running out victors 3-1 there on day two. Then as you march through the day, we see Westlake Girls with a tight one against Mount Albert Grammar. Boy, there were a lot of good competition on day two, that's for sure. And we saw Rosehill there at the end of the day against One Tree Hill College in the boys section, 8-3. They put themselves in a good foot to go through to day three. Day three action, that was pretty decent as well here, where we saw these teams going hammer and tong, trying to get themselves into that grand final berth. The 10 o'clock time slot, Mount Albert Grammar, boy, 15-0, weren't they impressive on day three indeed. Hamilton Girls, they were impressive as well, 9-2 over Mount Albert Grammar in the early time slot in the day. But the big matches happen later throughout the day. Westlake Girls, big win over One Tree Hill. Remember, they were grand finalists, One Tree Hill. Westlake Girls, 10-7, and that one. 2:30 time slot was a big one as well. Hamilton Girls securing their grand final spot over Westlake Girls with a 5-1 victory on Diamond 2. Rosehill, though, look at them on day three, 11-0 over Alfreston. Boy, when they needed to turn it on, could they score a lot of runs. Very impressive indeed. So that obviously looked at the tables as how they finished the round robin. I guess we start with the girls round robin table first. And in the end, it was Hamilton Girls High. They proved the #1 seed going into the grand final and rightly so, how outstanding they were indeed. Got the job done. 21 points top finisher from the round robin. Double round robin it was as it went through. Mount Albert Grammar and One Tree Hill tied on 15 points, but the victory of One Tree Hill over Mount Albert Grammar just nudged them ahead through the grand final. The boys section, well, you got to be honest, it was dominated by Mount Albert Grammar. Boy, they were impressive, that's for sure. Undefeated going through the round robin section, top points. And then Rosehill, the local team, with a hope going through to the grand final. What a grand final both of them were. Hamilton Girls High staving off a comeback from the girls from One Tree Hill. Boy, oh boy, it was simply outstanding. We'll just pop away to a break. We'll come back. It'll be the prize giving. We come back for more action.
They say your home is where your heart is. I know my home is here with you. There's a world to behold. It's a better home you own with golden homes.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Munners Ballpark here in Papakura on the completion of a 4-day National Secondary Schools Championship. Boy, it was fantastic. Hamilton Girls ran out victors in the girls' grand final, and in the boys' grand final, it was Mount Albert Grammar. Boy, oh boy, I tell you what, they just don't know how to lose a grand final. Simply outstanding. Well, it's time for the prize giving. We're going to cross down now to the Master of Ceremonies, Damien Collins.
Kia ora, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2021 Division 1 Schools Prize Giving. I will test. Okay. Welcome to the Division 1 Prize. Yay. 4 days down here at Munners Ballpark. Did you have a good time? My name's You're going to have to get rid of his content. Of Eugene Gilbert, the event manager. I'm going to welcome Chris Boyce. Oh, here we go. We'll hold it there. To say a few words. Chris?
Hey guys, just want to really say thank you to all the teachers that came along to Papakura, officials, umpires, the scorers, and especially the girls at the clubhouse who did a fantastic job. So without you guys, we wouldn't have the beautiful game we played. So thank you.
Chris. Thank you, Chris. Now for the presentations. First up, we have the girls. Division 1 runners up for 2021 is One Tree Hill.
Well, as you can see there, it's a little bit far for the microphones to reach, but what an outstanding effort from everyone here at Munners Ballpark in the grand final. Of course, congratulations. You see One Tree Hill coming up to get their second place plaque. And boy, oh boy, what a great grand final from them in the end. You know, behind, if you like, but boy, they came right back and produced something really good in the end, a great comeback. But Hamilton Girls High deserve to be the winners for 2021, that's for sure.
Hamilton Girls High School.
Hamilton Girls High, they were outstanding, weren't they? No one better than Miki Cooper Nicola. What an outstanding young athlete she was. Played defensively really well, offensively well, and came on to close the match on the hill. Just one of those star-studded players that you'd love to have on your team at any time, that's for sure. And they deserved winners for 2021 Hamilton. Well, we're going to go now. Thank you for your time and tuning in for the secondary schools grand final. It was simply outstanding to have you along for it here in the 2021 edition of the secondary schools. Simply outstanding. Congratulations to the Hamilton Girls High School team from Hamilton, and of course Mount Albert Grammar on their national titles for 2021. On behalf of the whole crew at Ballpark Broadcasting, here Simon Watson on the switcher, and of course we had Olivia Baggett working the crew and the camera for us today, and none other than Damien Collins doing an outstanding job emceeing the prize giving right now, but also commentating both grand finals today. I'm Jason Gurbies, aka Chopper. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll look forward to catching you next summer when softball starts back up, and of course on the home of sports, Sky Sport. Thank you very much for watching.